Sinatra on the beat. Shout out Sean, man.
All right.
Sinatra on the beat.
Man, we got the OC and Boss Cowboy. What you say, big dog?
Yes, sir, in the building, man. Listen, sharing is caring. Don't forget to hit the share button, like and subscribe to the content so you can get the latest and the greatest in Cowboy sports and news. We got the draft stats coming up.
Sinatra on the beat.
The latest and the greatest. Ain't nobody say that like you, big dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I try to give them a little something original. You know, that's what it's all about here, being original.
Right on, man. Well, it's been a while since me and you rock, man. So the people been waiting. It's been they've been waiting.
Shout out
So
Sean, man.
we ain't rocked since
Sinatra.
what, last week?
Yeah. It was last week. Late last week. Late last week. Yeah, Friday.
Since we gave the boys that fire. But hey, it's Freestyle Monday. So y'all already know, man. We gonna be taking them call-ins, the OC and I. We gonna be talking about whatever y'all want to talk about. Y'all can switch the topic. The show is based on you guys. Your voice matters. So it's all about this freestyle. We gonna give y'all that business, huh?
But you know, I got something to say about the draft that might shock you, and definitely I think it may get a real good rise out of you, Boss Cowboy.
Oh man, curveball action. I'm with that. Let's get it.
Yeah. Some nice feedback, man. I was talking to Lil Pup about it, man.
Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Let me turn this down because you get into some good content. Go ahead.
I was talking to my little pup about it, man. My youngest pup had feedback, and me and him went to the film together, Boss Cowboy, because you know he's a football connoisseur. He studies the draft. He knows who they picked, and he believes he knows why the Cowboys picked who they picked and why other teams picked who they picked. Joshua, man.
Oh, okay. I look forward to hearing this.
Yeah, man. We got into some fire content, man. I wish I should have recorded that. We got into some fire content. We could have used that. But yeah, I actually disagree with him. And by the time we finished talking and we watched the tape, he agreed with me, Boss Cowboy. He agreed with me. So talk to people about that.
Oh, that's a bet. Hey, I'm gonna need some more time too. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna play that intro. Because I'm flying this plane. I'm trying to get these comments in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm getting these comments going, man. So it's been a while since we played that intro. Y'all go get that today. All right, here we go. So since y'all up in here, man, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff, man. I need a little bit more time to get this plane to fly.
We gotta get the like stuff, man. We gotta get the like stuff. Sharing is caring. Hey, man, if you like this content, please support. It's absolutely free by just hitting that like button. Go ahead and hit the share button. You know what I mean? It's free. And we appreciate that, man. It helps us a lot with the show and the channel. Sure.
We needed to play this intro, man. There's been some people, we got so many new subs, they ain't never seen it, bro.
Yeah, man. It's definitely one of the best intros in the game, for sure, man. So if you appreciate it, please hit the like and the share button. It actually costs quite a bit of money, too, so.
Hey, man, don't tell them that, bro. Don't tell them.
I'm just telling the truth, man. I didn't say how much. I'm just telling y'all, you know. Telling
Yeah,
y'all, I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all's support, though. We appreciate it. Seriously. We do this because we love y'all. We love y'all, man.
man, they throwing a lot of fire up.
Yoga fire.
Ball out. Man, it's been so long, man, since we played this. Let's go, ball out. Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
It's appropriate after the draft, man. It's time to ball out. Let's go. Yeah, man. Been a little while since boys been feeling good. The energy is good in the atmosphere, man. Everybody feeling good, man. As we should. Man, we should be feeling good after that draft. You know what I mean?
To be feeling fantastic. To be feeling great.
Yeah. But man, they been giving us bad grades out there. I've been like, man, stop. Shut up. Stop the cap.
And that's a part of what I want to talk
Yoga
about.
fire.
Clear up some things that people might misunderstand about this draft, man. You know, it was a good draft for the Cowboys, man.
Yeah.
It's a good draft for the Cowboys.
Real good draft, man. So I see the people coming in, man. Why they coming in? Sure. Let me see. What up? Oh, there it is. My boy Wesley say, what's up? I know.
What's up, bro?
Somebody say the Eagles really feeling themselves. I know, bro. I know. My boy Keystone on the bench. He said Skip and Shannon said our draft was bad, bro. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
Yoga fire.
Man, y'all throwing up that fire, and I love it, man, because y'all know we finna give y'all that. Me and the OC back together. Ow! Man, you already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we still doing the intro. Yeah, it's Boss and the OC with Boss Cowboy Sports, man. We making our voice matter. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
It's been so
get
long,
into it,
man. The
baby.
OC didn't even do the intro, man. It was on you, big dog.
Man, look, you started by saying, like, share, and subscribe, man, and all that stuff. And I was saying it the whole intro, so I figured, hey, man, I got it in about 3 or 4 times.
All right, cool. All right, man. So it's Freestyle Monday. So it's a couple of things. But first, what's on your mind, big dog?
Man, listen, man, the Cowboys, to me, had a really good draft, man. They had it depth in all the right places. It wasn't fancy, what people would consider as splash and premier picks. I get that. But the Cowboys added a lot of depth, a lot of quality, and secretly, Boss Cowboy stole some of the better players in the draft. Going from the first round all the way to the 4th round, Boss Cowboy, we stole some of the better players in the draft. And I'm a firm believer in that, man. So overall, man, good vibes, man. And it's all good right now.
Yeah. And also, what I like to do is we got some videos that's doing real good right now. Well, what's really doing good is our Tyler Smith video. It's already up to 2,000 views. And we just released it not even 5 hours ago. So appreciate everybody that's watching that video and sharing that video, because it's doing big numbers. If you haven't checked that out, make sure y'all go check that out. I'll put the link in the description. I also did a video today on Sam Williams. It's trending around its normal. It's going to end up being about a 1,700 video, but go check out both of those videos, man. It's really worth it. And we shorten the time on them, because as we do them breakdowns, we gonna get to the point on some of those things so y'all can get in and out of that content.
For sure, man. For sure. Yeah, man. And so speaking of Sam Williams, since you just dropped the video, boss, speaking of him, me and baby boy, man, my youngest son, man, he's a football head, man. He studies the game. He's like his dad. And, he was like, to your point, Boss Cowboy, he was like, why didn't the Cowboys draft Jermaine Johnson? We could have got Jermaine Johnson. We could have got Jermaine Johnson and not Tyler Smith. We could have got Tyler Smith in the 2nd round, Dad.
Sound like a smart boy to me.
That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
And I said, hold on, young grasshopper. Hold on, young grasshopper. Let me explain a couple things to you. All right. The Cowboys, all right, I'm going to get to my controversial statement in a minute. I said the Cowboys picked the best tackle that was left because we had 4 tackles go off the board before we got to the 24th pick. 4 tackles. And the 2 top guards all go off the board before the 24th pick. Okay? Tyler Smith was my 5th rated tackle. I believe he was your 4th or 5th rated. He was my 4th rated tackle.
He was my 5th.
He was your 5th. He was my 4th. All right, rated tackle. And so I said the Cowboys, with the depth issues on their offensive line, did the responsible thing. And they got a tremendous, what I believe is going to turn out to be a steal in Sam Williams. And here's the controversial statement to some, but not to me. I said Sam Williams is a better player than Jermaine Johnson. He's a better pass rusher than Jermaine Johnson. The Cowboys got equal value and talent, and I believe greater talent, with the abilities of Sam Williams in the 3rd round than drafting a Jermaine Johnson in the 1st round, Boss Cowboy. That's what I say. Ooh. And I'll tell you why. Just real quick, not to hog the mic either. Sam Williams is the bigger player. He's the faster player. He played in a tougher conference. He made more explosive plays and more decisive one-on-one wins at the top of the pass rush with speed and with moves. So then Jermaine Johnson did transfer from Georgia because he wasn't going to make the field with all those horses over there and went to FSU. No offense to him. He's a really good player. So I like what we did there. I like the tremendous value that we got, in particular with him and with the Southern Alabama wide receiver, Boss Cowboy, that we picked up. That really is Mr. Consistent. All right? Mr. Consistent. So I love what we did, man. I want to get your thoughts about that.
I don't agree with the Jermaine Johnson because I had Jermaine Johnson as a 4-star. But OC, you've been rolling. You've been rolling on your predictions, man. You got a gift. You got a real gift, dog. Like, when you say stuff like that, you make me want to slow down a little bit. You know what I mean? You make me want to go back and review it. And I am now. But go ahead.
Review. Because I'm going to tell you why, man. Most of Jermaine Johnson's sacks, he did have some one-on-one victories, okay? He did. But most of his sacks are cleanup sacks and hustle plays. Most of Jermaine Johnson's sacks, and he gets credit for those sacks, so I'm not hating on Jermaine Johnson, no shade on his name at all, right? But a lot of his sacks were hustle sacks, and they were clean-up sacks, right? At the top of the rush when the quarterback was escaping or going left and right? It was not beating the tackle clean around the edge and dipping. You talk about stiff hips. His hips are stiffer than Sam Williams. Sam Williams got more wiggle and dip than him on film. Now, Jermaine Johnson ran a 4.58 at around 254, right? Around 250, right? Sam Williams at 6'4", 261, 265, he's somewhere up in there. Look, he ran 261 is where he was at the combine. Okay, he ran a 4.46, Boss Cowboy. So his measurables are equal and greater on some levels. And
fire!
He was doing it versus Alabama. He was doing it versus Mississippi State. He was doing it in that tough SEC. He was doing it versus a higher level competition.
Fire!
Jermaine Johnson got 2 sacks, no shade, against Notre Dame. He got another, I think, 2 sacks against like Louisville, right? And another sack against Liberty, which is where Malik Willis played, the top-rated quarterback. So no shade on Jermaine Johnson's game, but also Sam Williams, Boss Cowboy, he was actually winning on speed rushes, man, around the edge. He was also winning on counter moves and getting off a block. So the way he won and got his sacks, if you go back and look at it, Boss Cowboy, I challenge you to do it too, was different and cleaner and at a higher level than what I saw from Tremaine Johnson. Interesting things, man. I just want to point a couple things out. So if people are worried and thinking that we got robbed in some type of way by not getting him, because a lot of people favored him, and I thought he was a good player as well, but when I went back and looked at it, and I did it today, I said, oh, no, man. I see why Dan Quinn loved Sam Williams so much. And when he was sitting there, that was the pick for sure. And it should have been, man. It should have been. Based upon how I'm looking at him play. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I see what Dan Quinn saw. I see it. So anyway, man. Just some food for thought. You got about 7 minutes for a movie, man. So come on.
It's all good. That's all I need. That's all I you think man, y'all crazy if y'all think I'm finna debate him that Jermaine Johnson better than Sam Williams. Nope, I ain't finna do that. No, actually what I'm finna do is finna get it to this film, big dog.
Let's go.
That's what we go do.
Film breakdown.
Then we go take some calls, y'all. We go take some calls. All right, so this Sam Williams. Break it down, OC.
Yeah, man. So when you look at Sam Williams, man, I mean, the thing that you kind of notice, man, is typically, and we'll go play by play. Okay, he's beating the block tackle. He's shedding blocks, man. So you see him shed a lot of blocks and come free. As I watched this film, okay, that's what I saw him do. All right. So look at now Sam Williams, he's a wide 9 technique, okay? That's the longest path to the quarterback. He's a wide 9 technique, and he's rushing speed, inside move, all right? And so, boom, he gets knocked down. He's up and hustling, but he gets double teamed, all right? So look at him here. And the thing that I really like, that I think is a little bit underrated when you talk about Sam Williams, man, I mean, for a man of his size, man, he has a good movement. And look, man, that was a nice bull rush, man. The ball just came out. That was a nice bull rush. The ball just came out quick. Can't do nothing about that. All right. And so here's Sam Williams. And so what Boss Cowboy is showing with his film breakdown that I want you guys to pick up, he's showing him in different positions, right? He's showing Sam Williams standing up, Sam Williams wide. Now he got muffed and washed down to the ground. He lost his balance. He was too low on that. All right, so that wasn't really like one of his better reps, right? But he's a tight 5 technique. Now he's a 4 technique. He slides inside. So again, hey, he gets rolled on that one, man. He lost his balance, man. He got pancake, man. Sideways pancake, man. He got beat on that. All right, just straight up, man. Sideways pancake. He got beat on that one. All right, so here he is. Here. Look. Now look, this is real good how he has a stab and he works his way back to the quarterback. And that's against one of the better tackles in the country. All right, that's Charles Cross he's going against right there. All right. So again, he's working back inside, and okay, he gets held though right there. That's holding, Charles. I'm saying that. Yes, he got held. He would have came off and chased down, but he got held on that play. All right. Next play. See what he got. All right. And he's around, right? He's around the edge, and that's pressure, right? He's around the edge of the right tackle, and that's pressure. That's a good pressure, and that's a good, speed rush, man. He's around the edge, and notice he's a 7 technique with his hand down, so he's super wide. That's the thing, and now he chops the hand down. That was really good, right? The ball came out.
He limping too.
Yep. Looked like he hurt a little bit.
Yeah, he was playing hurt. This is going against Charles Cross too.
Yeah, on this particular play, yeah. So let's see him here.
Got him.
Again, inside
Got
move, him. And he's limping, and he didn't catch it, dude. He is noticeably limping, though. Yeah, he's limping on that because he didn't. Because if he wasn't limping, it looks like he would have caught him, man. Looks like he would have caught him.
And that was against the first round tackle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he won against Evan Neal too, man. If you look at the Alabama tape, he had some good plays against Evan Neal. So he comes off the play, and then that's the sack right there. That was very good. So that was, power and separation, right? So you see him with a nice bull rush and a pull, right? And then he gets off the block and then he's in it. And so notice too, the thing too that you got to highlight is the versatility. So the ability for him to rush over that guard, okay, and tackle when he come inside. Okay, boom, there it is. He gets a sec. I'm sorry, I misread him. Yeah, he beat the right tackle on that, man. That was a good rush, man. Good rush. And notice he's wide. And to me, in the NFL, I don't think that Dan Quinn is going to play him this wide all the time. I think he's going to play tighter, right?
Yeah.
Around the edge, he creates the pressure. And if he's tighter, what I'm saying, he's going to have a shorter path to the quarterback. Is what I'm trying to say when I say that. He's going to have a shorter path to the quarterback, all right?
Right.
So let's look at this one. All right. So again, he's playing like a 7 technique almost. He's like a little wide. Good inside move and pressure. Quarterback, he got held too. He got choked.
Got choked.
Got choked.
Pure speed though.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's a big guy with a good get off, man. And he uses his hands pretty well too. Yeah, and the thing that you notice when you a slap arm over, right, and the ball comes out, that's good. But the thing is, when you see him play, what I noticed, Boss Cowboy, is that he usually has a plan. When he's rushing, he has a plan. He's just not running up there throwing his body into you. Like, he has a plan. He has an ideal about what he wants to do on that pass rush, and he has a variety of nuanced things that he does with his hands. He can beat you with speed, beat you with power, beat you with coming inside, rip, arm over, swim technique, different things like that. And he's going against premium tackles too, man. And so you just showed Mississippi State. Yeah. If you go and look at the Alabama film and you go look at a couple of these other films, you see him doing some different things as well, man. So, I think we got more. We got a lot more in Sam Williams in terms of value than what the fan base might realize. That's what I'll say.
No, absolutely. And, man, I hate you had to go because there's so much I could go through with you. But I got it from here, man. Go take care of your son. I got you.
All right, big bro. I'm going to talk to you soon.
All right. That was the OC, y'all. We go take some calls real quick. We got the call line open. So your voice matter. We promised it was going to be a freestyle Monday. So it's not a freestyle unless we're hearing from you. So let's get it. Call on in. So we got the call lines ready to go, waiting on you. But while we waiting on the phone to come on, I want to go through a couple tweets real quick, because whenever I have my tweets kind of start taking off, I address it, because that's obviously what people want to hear. We got a call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Boss Cowboy, country boss?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's the country Dallas legend, boss himself. Let's get it.
Yeah, so, I see it's not really a flashy draft, but, we really addressed the needs that we had. We left a bad taste in our mouth after that 49ers loss. So, the way we got bullied like that left a bad taste in the mouth, embarrassed on national TV. We at home and still get bullied like that. And, that was still fresh on their mind, in the draft. So, I don't think the guy that they picked in the first round was their first pick. I think they wanted to trade back like we all wanted them to get some extra draft capital, but it didn't happen. So they got a big boy that got some nastiness with him, and hopefully if he can solidify the left guard, I'm happy, man, because that thing been a hole since Ryan Leary left in 2016 or 2017, whatever it was. So
yeah.
if he can at least be respectable, don't get that many calls, holding calls and stuff like that, got a good anchor, we shouldn't be really too upset.
No, not upset at all. And I'm starting to think, the more I look at this draft, my gut is starting to tell me we will have some sneaky boys come out this draft, because the OC raised an excellent point on Tyler Smith when we did this video breakdown on him, big dog. He 21.
I was watching y'all draft day coverage. He was the only one. I don't care. Any of these pundits was saying Tyler Smith from the beginning. So.
Oh yeah, OC was on it. Man, OC was in his bag. But the key thing that that most people forgetting, this dude is 21. He's a baby, you know. And the OC said,
a baby fat Amari Cooper.
right.
He looks just like Amari Cooper.
He looked just like Amari Cooper, but he got a lot of room to grow. And I heard some people say, well, do you think he go struggle with the bull rush like Connor Williams? No. For one, Connor Williams had to work like a dog just to get up to 300 pounds. Man, Tyler Smith wake up and fart at 332 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
You can
it's,
see the difference.
yeah,
See the difference just standing when he stood up in that for the jersey presentation. I was like, man, that's big dude.
dude, big, bro. And then I actually think this is what my gut tell me, bro. This, if they start him at guard, he not gonna play guard, but like 1 year. I think he go play guard. They go put him at guard to build his confidence, and then they go make the switch to one of the tackles. I actually believe this is what's gonna happen, bro. Just keeping it real. I think they go take him through the Lyle Collins track. Start him at left guard, and then I think they go move him to right tackle, and then I think they go move on from T. Smith and move Steele to the left tackle. That's exactly what I think is gonna happen.
I think they're gonna leave him there because the next draft they're gonna find a bona fide stud at tackle. They just go and draft another tackle and just leave him there. That's what I think.
Yeah,
I think
that could happen.
Get a good blue chip tackle next year.
Yeah, I think that can happen. I think you're right on that. But I have a sneaky feeling when you draft a top 5 tackle, bro, you plan to use him at tackle because tackle is a more valuable position than guard. While you got tackles right now, yeah, use him at guard because he could be versatile enough, hopefully, to do it. But I really do think the long play is gonna be him playing tackle. But if they do pick up a tackle next year, yeah, he gonna stay at guard for sure.
Especially if he have a solid year, they're like, oh no, we can't mess this up.
No, they will.
We
I think they will.
Good guard, we can't mess this up.
I think they will. I think they surely will. I think they'll mess it all the way up. And it depends on him. If he's showing that quality of growth and versatility, they'll do it, right? But I do like him going into guard first because I want him to have confidence before they move him to tackle. I don't want them to throw him out there like they did Steele, you know? Because Steele had to learn by fire, and it was ugly, right? He was bad before he was good. I don't want him to take that same track. I want him to take the track that Lyle took to where he was good at guard and gave him confidence when they moved him to right tackle. Because even Lyle, when they first moved him to right tackle, struggled. Then the following year, he was Pro Bowl-ish, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So.
And what I like about this kid, you know, his mom is like, one of them. She from, she educated. She one of them teachers, and she kept him in the books, so you can hear when he talk. He talk with intelligence. So I think he's gonna be in that playbook. He gonna know that thing inside and out. He gonna work that technique. Hopefully he get a hold of or Duke or Brandon and one of them, and hopefully he's working with them right now, and get his game up because he's from the area, so he still got a plug somewhere at one of these gyms, lineman gyms around here. And hopefully he'd be solid, man. I hope he turn out solid. Hopefully,
I think it is gonna be solid.
Had a better learning curve than Terrence Steele did. I don't think it's gonna take him, a whole year of looking bad before he jump back up to being somewhat decent.
Yeah. And shout out to Steele, man. Steele was dealt the worst hand as well. He was dealt a bad hand. He was one of them, we all play dominoes, and he was given 6 doubles, and he played it. Right? Because Lyle, nobody knew he was going to miss a whole year, and they was like, hey, undrafted free agent guy, you got to start. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get to develop? I don't get a red shirt? No, sir. You got to start right now. Oh, I got to go against Chase? Yep. Right now, come on.
I don't have no remorse about Lyle Collins. He played himself.
Yeah.
He was in the perfect position to be here for the next 10 years. and he got lazy on us, man. So
Man, you one of the few who kept it real.
Yoga fire.
Where you come from?
I'm from up.
Hold on, I'm shooting real quick, man, because you one of the few who kept it real. Say that again. Where you from?
This Wing Marvel, man. From I'm always on your page, man.
Oh,
I'm always on your page. Talking
I got
trash on
you.
your Twitter page.
I got you, bro. I got you. Hey, man. Whew, man. Man, you kept it real. People don't tell the truth. Like, I heard somebody say, filming, they say on the fan that he's favored. I say, no, bro. Bad kids that get second chances are favored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no, still got what he's supposed to get. He got rewarded for hard work and preparing himself for the moment.
And that lineman group, they a brotherhood. They all sit together, but they don't all walk out together. They walk out. It could be Frederick, T. Smith, and Martin. And then Lyle, he earned his stripes, and he walk out with him. You ain't see Connor Williams walk out with them. He might have sat down on the bench with them, but he ain't walk out with them. He wasn't tight in with them because he knew he didn't get his weight up. You don't see Tyler Biadasz walk out with them. When they walk out the tunnel, it's them. It was Zach Martin, Frederick, and T. Smith. So,
man,
unless you get and earn your stripes with them, you're not ready yet. So he finally earned his stripes, but then, man, he just he's I can take it easy. It's a COVID and this and that, instead of just working in and out. Keep working around the year, staying in shape. But even Tyron Smith, man, one thing about him, he'll be a warrior, man. Even if he hurt, and if it's hurting the team, that dude it got probably 6% body fat at all times.
Boy, you killing this cow, bro.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
We need to invite you on more as a host.
Yoga fire.
God,
I want to battle Big Game J because me and him, he get mad at me. I get on this again all the time.
Oh, for real? Why you want to battle the big homie?
I need you to pull out them gunshots and let me come on as a host and let me get in and do it with him.
I got you. Hey, because on the final word.
If you listen to this call, Big J, this week Marvel, you know how we do.
Hey, man, I thought you and Big Game James, man, I thought y'all was big time homies. I didn't know y'all be banging each other.
He a little high head. I get on his skin because I don't agree with him on some of his guys all the time. But yeah, we good. Yeah, ain't nothing like that.
No,
ain't
man.
nothing like that. We good.
But Wink, I see. You be bringing it on that Twitter though. If y'all don't know, man, that boy is a Twitter man. You keep it real on there. That's why you do good on Twitter. You know what I mean? People can tell that you just speak facts and you got no favorites, big dog.
Yeah, man. So, but and another thing, the wide receiver, I think we back to wide receiver by committee, man. Whoever hot that week is going to be, get the game hot, get the the amount of receptions that week, and then next week could be somebody else. We ain't gonna have no true number one receiver, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we was out of.
To be honest, I told Big Game J that ain't nobody might want to agree with me. I think Jalen Tolbert got the highest upside out of all three of them dudes. More than Gallup, more than CD. Yes.
I mean, what's that based on, though?
He's faster, he's bigger, and he's stronger.
Okay. All right. So, because the reason why I struggled with grading people like him that high is because I don't trust the level of competition he was going against to make that bold of an assessment. Now, sometimes you can because you see such a different level of athletic ability. So, like when Moss went to Marshall, he was still a Heisman candidate because you could still tell he was running a 4.2 on that field. You know what I mean? You can see it. So that's why I asked you where was that coming from. So that's a gut feeling that you basically got, right?
Yeah, yeah. Because he can play inside and out, and then, I don't know, just something about his confidence, man. I think he's just gonna come in and just he not worried about like because CD and Gallup was ahead of him. If he's rolling, he rolling like give me the ball. He's gonna be one of them type.
Wink. What I'm gonna do?
He's not gonna be waiting in line, waiting my turn. Like if I'm open, get me the ball.
Ooh, wink. Ugh. I tell you what, I'm gonna go take another look. I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look again. I'm not gonna say you wrong. I'm not gonna say you right. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go take another look, and I'm gonna try to see if I see that it factor that I might have missed the first time. Cause he's in the Boss Cowboy guide, so I do see him as an asset. But that's a bold statement. But I hope you right. I hope you right.
Alabama, he's from Mobile, so he grew up with all them Alabama where he probably didn't have the grades to go to Alabama, but them dudes from the neighborhood, and they just happen to have like a better pedigree or something like that, and they get to go to that same school. But some guys in that same neighborhood that's really can ball, but they just ain't go to the the big prestigious school. You know who they are.
Right. That's a good case.
Yoga fire.
That's a good case, Wink.
He's not gonna be intimidated by the guys that come from like the Power 5 schools. That's how I see it.
So, yeah.
You see what he did in the Senior Bowl? Did he look scared?
No.
He turned up in that Senior Bowl.
He sure did, and he go get it.
Came from the Power 5 schools.
Yeah.
And he is senior, so his body is ready, mature. He's not really young. He's a senior. He was in the Senior Bowl, so he's ready to take the next. He's more pro ready now. That's another thing I like about this draft. We got a lot of guys from the Senior Bowl, so they a little bit more body mature. So when they get to that strength conditioning, their body's already been through the college ranks, so they ready to step up.
Man,
to the pro level. Their body is more mature. They don't really have that. Take a whole season off and then the strength conditioning. Then maybe the second year. Nah, when you're a senior, you don't have that much learning curve to get to the next step.
well, he is coming in at an ideal place. The fact that he's coming in to be the number 2, number 3 guy, that takes a lot of pressure off him. And that allows him to develop slowly. So I can see where his confidence should start shooting up after the first 4 games, especially if they feed him the ball, like real smart stuff, like bootlegs, like treat him like a tight end, rollouts, like simple stuff where he can come open, feel the crowd, touch the ball, normalize the moment. Yeah.
Did you listen to his interview?
I ain't catch his interview yet.
He had a proper workout with the receiver coach, after the senior day and everything. And he was telling him, all right, run this play, run this play, run this play. And he just did it. So he was saying, what was his main thing to why they liked you? He was like, because he told me to play one time, I was able to retain the information and run the route.
Yoga fire.
That's what you need.
Yeah. And one of my friends who's an NFL strength and conditioning coach, he preaches that. He preaches that all the time, and that's the rule.
Right now.
That's the rule.
The playbook.
That's the rule.
He can come right now, been off for 2 years, and still know the whole playbook. And then he goes explain something to LV. He's like, "Oh man, you got to slow down, man. You got, you talking too fast for me, man. I can't understand what you're saying."
Right.
He one of them type.
Yeah. But you're right though, man. And I like the fact that Dak reached out to him. It's a lot that's saying that he go ball. Because when your quarterback is lobbying for a dude,
yeah, you gotta have that. You gotta have that chemistry.
Yeah.
And it ain't no Hall of Fame quarterback that ain't tied to like at least 1 or 2 receivers. They had that tight chemistry.
Yeah.
Normally, if the quarterback going into the Hall of Fame, his wide receiver going into the Hall of Fame. They got that tight chemistry.
Well, Wink, let me take some more calls, man. I want to be courteous to everybody that's waiting on Freestyle Monday, but it's the first time we talked, man, on the show, man, and it was a pleasure.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Ain't no problem, man. Let's keep working, big dog.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
That's what's up, Wink. That was Wink, man.
Yoga fire.
Cool dude right there. All right, so we gonna take some more
Doc.
calls real quick. Now, before I take these calls, I want to kind of address some stuff on Twitter because whenever I get stuff that go off on Twitter, I address it. Hold on. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, what's up, boss?
Hey, what's up? Could you hold for me real quick? Let me just address this stuff on Twitter real quick, and then me and you go. All right?
Do you think, bro?
Just hold on. Don't go nowhere. Who am I speaking with, first of all?
This D shift.
Oh, D? All right, give me a second, D. Give me 1 second, D, because I know you go hard. All right, give me 1 second to break down this stuff on Twitter. It's a couple of stuff on Twitter that's really been bothering me.
Okay.
No. I ain't talking to you.
No, I'm about to. I got you. I'm staying on.
All right, cool. Just stay with me, D. All right. So the first thing I said is anybody that trolled my offseason thought that linebacker was the primary need, they owe me an apology.
Yeah.
They owe me an apology because I got trolled real hard on the final word for standing what I really knew to be true. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, I've been noticing this meme going around where they talking about Ezekiel Elliott rushing yards per game. And it's a fake controversy because they don't put the attempts. Because if you look at his rushing yards per game, you also got to look at his attempts dropped every year as well. See, they don't say that. And what they doing is they trying to gear us up to hate him so we can be the lead lobbyists to get him fired. Now, if he don't perform, okay, yeah, you got to go. But if he's ready to go, I still want this man as an asset to my team. And then a couple of crazy Cowboy fans came in that was like, there's some truth to it. I said, okay, on a bum knee, he got 1,000 yards with less than half the touches. How many NFL running backs even had 1,000 yards? It was only 6. So am I saying that Zeke is what he was at 2016? No. But Zeke is still an asset, and I want to address that. And then my last thing that I want to address is this. And then me and you go D. About 40% of every draft is a bust in the first round. Okay? That is a D average. Now those same people want to try to grade our draft. I don't trust your grading. If you getting a D already, why would I trust your opinion on my draft? The same people, D, that get D's are trying to tell the world how we did on paper. Now, bro, first I need you to make some A's before you think you qualified to give me anything, son. All right, let's go, D.
Hey, all right, boss. Man, I just kind of piggyback off of that because, I mean, at the end of the day, the team can get an A. We see teams get A's in the draft, and the next year they were back in the top 5 drafting again. I mean, of course you're going to get an A if you get to 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to pick at the top all the time. You know what I mean? Like the Jets. Come on, man. Like, they're going to be back in the top 5 next year. Like, what are you really doing? You got to put what did you add to your team, right? How did you complement your team? You know? And it don't make sense to, Jets wide receiver they got, he got to go play with old buddy. I don't even remember his name. What's old buddy from last year? The quarterback?
Zach.
Yeah, that guy.
Zach. Zach nice, though, but your point's still valid.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Jets. You know, I mean, he's nice, but he got to play other nice quarterbacks, too. They got nicer teams. So what are we talking about? Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, it's you know, and it's the pieces, man. Of course, I've been banging the table for the offensive line. I ain't going to lie, man. I stood my ground when they drafted him. I ain't even tripped because at the end of the day, man, like, I get it. There was maybe better players on the board. But, I mean, you look into the context of what his penalties were, right? I went and looked at the penalties, and the team had like 11 penalties against U of H and Ohio State when they played last year. We talking about Tulsa, you know? So what this man was supposed to do, I bet you a lot of those holding calls came from some of those games, because look at your team around you, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You're playing with guys who never will touch an NFL field against schools that they got draft picks coming out. So everybody just kind of need to slow down. Now I feel like, this front office, they know what they're doing when they're drafting, you know? So just to kind of go ahead and run with the pundits about this being a C+, I was watching the streams and the comments and just seeing everybody just trash and pick after pick. But after we stepped away from it, it's like, all right, this draft kind of feel good, you know?
Yeah.
Because you got to take it into its entirety. And that was when you make your linebacker point, it's like, y'all ain't got to do it in the first round. But y'all going to hear me out when I'm telling you that this linebacker position it's a need, you know?
Top need.
And so you say you got to address it. And, I kind of would have liked them to take that second and third round pick, but they explained why they took the Sam Williams pick. And then, I think I was checking you out earlier where you was talking about how the interviews were validating how even though they didn't maybe draft the linebacker, they still picked the piece because they know, what their queen's at, you know? Man,
hold on. Let me just play it. You ain't gonna hear it. I'm sorry, big dog. But I'm gonna play it. Everybody else gonna hear it but you. Turn up your TV. I'm finna play it. Check this out. This is Mike McCarthy speaking on them and they thought of protecting the queen. Listen to this.
Linebacker depth, how important is that when Micah maybe could move around, and the more depth you have there, the more versatile he could be on defense?
I mean, it's very important, and those are conversations that are ongoing. I mean, it's obviously Mike is a featured player on our defense, and as much flexibility that we can put around him to really take advantage of his flexibility. And every time his name comes up, I always go back to, from an offensive perspective. I mean, he's someone that every week is going to be targeted as far as how, the offense is going to try to help, whether it's in protection or so forth. So, yeah, definitely. Player flex and our defensive front has definitely been a priority the last 2 years, and I think it was a big part of our success last year.
Say. Say. Now, I got another one. Now, this one, hey, turn up your TV because that's the only way you go hear it, because you're not going to hear it through my system. Or can you? Can you hear it? Okay, all right, listen. I'm going to play, check this out. Y'all listen to this.
One of the questions that I kept asking Mike and Dan and if you will and Steven, one of the questions I kept asking, is there a pick here that would give us a big compliment to what Micah is? Is there a pick here that would make him have more pass pressure, or let us use him more flexibly behind the line of scrimmage, get more blitz out of him, or get that? Where's the
That's why I say, man, boys owe me an apology, bro. The owner himself was saying what I was saying, dog. The owner himself.
You got jumped on for that one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I got jumped on, and I was left out there by myself, bro, for the most part.
I don't know, like, people focus more on, because at first when you were talking about it, it had me feeling like first round linebacker, but then when I started kind of, you just like, nah, you don't need to do it in the first round. I'm like, okay,
right.
And but I don't think it was so much the play, not necessarily a linebacker got drafted, but the strategy toward
it was the strategy. Exactly. It was the strategy that showed that they also viewed it as the primary need, bro. Let me let Jerry finish, and then it's going to really play out. Watch this.
Complementary aspect to it. And we really addressed that good. And I think that when you look at Damian Clark and you look at Harper, I think that, and then when you step over and look at Sam Williams, I think we have really upped what the options that we have with Micah.
Yeah, they treated linebacker as if it was a priority. And this is how you know. The receiver and Sam Williams, they also said they had them graded the same. So if you have 2 grades on a player, D, and you pick one over the other, you're saying the one that you picked was the priority. So, and this is the one thing I want everybody to kind of peep about Boss Cowboy Sports, the entity and the spirit of how we all try to roll. We are not afraid to stand alone when we've done the research. The OC
I
stood.
think, because you get real, real fiery. So I think people get kind of lost in the fire versus understanding what you really trying to say. That kind of harks back to the Terrence Steele thing. It's like, I get y'all saying who's the better player, but let's look at everything in its entirety. Like, I'm not dumb. I hear you. I've heard you say 10,000 times La'el Collins better than Terrence Steele, but look what's going on. Look what I'm saying. And that's why I had a discussion. I think it was maybe with Sky, and I kind of got grilled for saying like this team could be better, even though they lost Cooper. But it was kind of on some wait for the draft kind of thing, just because I felt like what they would do with the O-line and then other picks they would make to kind of, I guess we looked at it like back in January. You looked at it like, well, because they picked everybody who they let go. They picked your guard, they picked up your defensive end, and they picked up a wide receiver. So going into January, when you kind of fresh off emotions, you feel like, well, damn, they're just gonna pick some rookies. But it's the type of it's how they addressed it, right? They didn't just pick no guard; they picked a run blocking guard. You got plenty of finesse guys. They picked somebody whose biggest strength is run blocking,
right? And
who ain't gonna get pushed around like Connor Williams,
Facts. You preaching, D.
You got your receiver, and what my point was, the whole thing with Coop was not so much to say that Coop was going to be like whoever you got was going to be that as just as talented as Coop. I just felt like for the team and for the fact that they didn't play him, this guy they do draft, maybe he does get more touches, maybe he does get more production.
Right.
That overall helps the team in its entirety. And then, I get Gregory is good, but he got hurt, and his availability was kind of something that would hurt us at times. Or, you look at the San Francisco game, he got penalized 3 times.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Gregory has been penalized in some crucial moments, Like when he get a penalty, he get a penalty, So I just felt like with what you're losing and what you can replace, like maybe the bad about those guys, you can replace that with something more, more superior, even though the overall players are better, but it's what you get in these guys that's kind of, their strengths so happen to be these other guys' flaws,
Right.
Like these guys are going to be available, Connor Williams' flaw is the fact that he was weak. You got you a guy who's strong with Smith. And so just, I don't know, man, just kind of look into it and delving more deep into it versus, just kind of not hearing somebody out. So, man, y'all listen to my boy Boss, man. Just
man,
hear my boy
it.
out. He got points to be made, man.
Yeah, and I do, and I think you hit me dead on the head, bro. I think sometimes my cases get lost in my passion. You right, bro. I'm so passionate about this that people will mistake my passion for arguing. And it's like, I'm not really arguing. I just know I've done the research. And especially when people try to belittle an idea, And it's one of those things, D, where hopefully by now people starting to see Boss is not afraid to go outside the box. He will draw outside the lines. But he's done his research to do it. Like I'm not trying to have shock value. I'm not trying to get your attention by having a different take, by saying linebackers are top need. I looked at the injury history. I looked at what was going to happen with the loss of Jalen and the loss of Neal, and what was going. I put it all together. Like LVE is going to have to play middle linebacker, and we got non-rushing opponents. I put a lot of variables into that equation to come up with that outcome, and then the owner himself comes out and said,
with the linebacker, is that people got kind of lost in the convention of like linebackers ain't really that highly touted position, and nobody really looking for that versus understanding that your generational player just so happens to play linebacker. But he gets used every other way. That's why he's so valuable. He's a linebacker, but he's your blue chip player.
Yeah.
And you need to make sure that you protect that.
Right.
And make it more effective.
Right. And that's all I was saying. You got to protect the queen. You got to. And I'm just happy. And listen, I want to say this. I think as fans, D, we also have to be balanced enough when to beat on front office and then when to give them credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, see, when they mess up, like nobody want to be in a relationship where the only time I hear from you is when I mess up.
Yeah.
We all want credit when we get it right. And in this draft, strategically, they got it right. All of them. Not even just Will McClay.
And like some of our most boring drafts have been what's really set this team up into good positions. That flash. I'm done with the flash. Like I'm a fan. Like, you gotta kind of be past that flash stuff and the 4-4 times and all that good stuff. Like you gotta really. I don't know, man. I don't know, y'all. It's like y'all cover the draft every year, but if people ain't got it, then just watch, I guess.
Man,
but I ain't saying we necessarily made no Super Bowl picks, but we definitely ain't stepping down from that NFC, that division. And I guess I don't know. Maybe we've had time to heal from not winning another one, and we'll maybe be back in the same boat January. But shit, we'll see.
Yeah.
But all right, boss man. Good.
All right, D. Good call, big dog.
All right. Take it easy,
good call. All right, that was D Swift, man. Cool dude. Yeah, man. I want to throw something at y'all real quick too, that Jerry brought out. All right, and I'm gonna put back up the call lines because this is Freestyle Monday, so it's about y'all. It's not about us. It's about your voice and kind of getting your thoughts out there and going back and forth. Give me 1 second real quick. I'm going to pull up something. I want y'all to... Hold on. Yeah, it's right here. So... Hold on. Oh, I don't have it. Okay, I thought I did. Okay. But in the press conference... Let me just open up the phones. Forget all that. Oh, there it is. BossCowboySports.
Hey, what's going on, boss? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. This is your boy Rico. You remember me?
I don't.
I talked to you when you was on the show with Law. And then we talked one time about when I said I was giving up on Dallas because I thought if League had something against us with the penalty call.
I remember you now. Yep, totally. Totally remember you. Okay. I remember that call. Yeah. It was on the marathon show. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel you talked to a lot of people, yeah. But anyway, man, I was calling about the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Two things, the draft and a little bit of your Twitter comment. The draft, I feel like Mike McCarthy wanted some blue-collar guys, some lunch-pail guys.
I agree.
And we ain't had that in a while. But with a killer mentality, especially on both sides of the ball, especially on the defensive side. I was telling my boy, I said, Mike Parker is a serial killer. And he's a leader of defense. I said, you give him some more serial killers, you got something dangerous. In the way D Williams play, the way that the D tackle play, they play with that same mentality of punishing you. And Dallas has missed that in a long time.
Right.
A long time, And that's why, when you go back and look at that playoff game, we did get pumped. We got pumped for a couple quarters.
We did.
And you know, you need them same type of guys that got that same mentality like Foster, like Javon Curtis. You know, you hit me in the mouth, I'm gonna hit you back. And then we come to the wheel of who gonna take the most, and you able to say, give up. And then the thing about that receiver, I'm gonna make a prediction. I know a lot of Cowboy fans, and my boys even told me that sound crazy. I think the receiver might be our best receiver in 2 years.
Man, that's the second time somebody said that. God dog. Rico. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rico. Go ahead. Keep talking.
When I see him, I see Michael Crabtree, but with that dog mentality.
Whoa, wait. Hold on, Rico. I need you to stop right now. Stop. First of all, Michael Crabtree is from my high school, Dallas Carter. Okay, he was a dog. I just want to be clear on that, Rico. He was a different type of dog. You know, I'm gonna represent my hometown.
You know what? I still can't get that Richard Seymour out of my head, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead though, man. You're not gonna get me started on Crabtree, but go ahead, dog. You was making a bigger point. You were talking about him surpassing the other receivers. Go ahead though. I want to hear this.
Yeah, I do. I do think in 2 years, because he's really in the NFL ready now. He's a 4-year starter. The NFL body, and when I see him, I see Michael Crabtree, or like I told my brother, he's a Cowboy fan. I said like taking Gallup and Cooper and putting them in one. He runs a smooth route, but he got that. He can go get the ball. He got that strength, and I'm telling you, he's a smooth athlete, and he got that dog in him. He got more dog in him than I think CD. They need to put the 8-8 on him, man.
Oh, Mr. Keemer, hold on real quick. I didn't even know. Give me 1 second. Mr. Keemer say Dallas Carter. Oh, yeah. Red dog.
Well, I mean, I see Crabtree with that dog in there. You know.
You know, I mean, that's a good comp. See, cause I got my write up. On. Let me pull up my write up real quick. What I put in the Boss Cowboy Guide. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Cause talk is cheap. And you know, this is the thing I want to say about the Boss Cowboy Guide. I would challenge, if you don't ever write a book, I would recommend that you take good, clear notes on everybody before the draft. As an exercise, I recommend that to everybody. Take clear notes on everybody in the draft, because when they're drafted, you want to know exactly what you was thinking at the time when you was actually looking at that person, because by then you can't be swayed either up or down because you've done your own homework. You know what I'm saying? Give me a second. All right, here it is. Let me look at my write-up. Let me see what I wrote on real quick. Because, you know, here we go. Rico. I said, Jalen Turbo seems to be a very exceptional receiver. He has all the things that you want to see in a receiver. Tolbert high points the ball with deceptive receiver body language and decent routes. The question would be the competition, and the Dallas Cowboys historically have not gambled on small school athletes. That was my thoughts on him. So, but he was a pure dog because I don't even usually put small school athletes in the guide, because I know usually Dallas don't touch them. So I made an exception for him based on what he put on tape. To your point.
But you know, let me tell you something. Will McClay, and I tell Cowboys fans, I never doubted Will McClay, because Will McClay is what keeping Dallas afloat. Let's be real.
Thank you.
If we didn't have Will McClay, it'd be some bad, sad days in Dallas.
Man, we will be the Detroit Lions without Will McClay.
That's right. You would. And see, one thing about Will McClay, anybody can draft when you draft in the top 10. It's hard to miss there. But Dallas very seldom drafted in the top 10. And we got lucky and had a couple players fall to him. But Will McClay has drafted. He has drafted in spots where it's kind of a hard spot. You might be reaching and you got to study.
Right.
When you're in that late first, it's no wiggle room for error. No. and he improved it. You see what I'm saying? Just like my boy D. Win. When I see D. Win, you know who I see? And I know people gonna laugh at me when I look at his build and I see how he plays, especially when I envision him standing up. He reminds me of DeMarcus Webb.
Sam Williams.
DeMarcus Webb, but just fast.
Sam Williams.
Sam Williams. He reminds me of, I see DeMarcus Webb, because DeMarcus Webb didn't have a beam. But DeMarcus Webb ran the hell out of that three-cone shuttle, and he had that first step.
But Rico, you talking that good old ball today. Man.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then, last thing, and I'll let you go, you were talking about the Twitter with Zeke.
Yeah.
I agree with you on with Zeke.
Yeah.
First of all, Zeke don't get the curves that he used to get because the offense has changed. The offensive line is not the same as it used to be. And you're right, Zeke is not that 2016 guy, but before he hurt his knee, I told all my boys, I said, he might not have that last gear, but that one cut plant and that 20-yard burst, I said, it's still there. I said, it's still there. And I said, the thing what Zeke does, I said, when he healthy, them carries he get in the first helps Pollard in the fourth. It helps that old line in the fourth. Because them defensive linemen get tired of getting about that ground now. And it helps it slows down the pass rush. That's why I say, for Dallas to win a Super Bowl, they're going to have to go back to that 12 package. And I think Mike McCarthy knows that. Because if the numbers don't lie. You heard me say this. I said this when me and you were talking on law. That 3rd-and-1 when we run that rock. We don't run the rock. The number shows he struggles at times. Not saying he's a bad quarterback, but to me, he's more like Troy Aikman than he is, say, a John Elway or Dan Marino or Brent Favre.
That's a good
He's a rhythm quarterback. 3 steps, let it rip. 5 steps, let it rip. He's not great at improvising, running around, making plays like Tony Romo. Now, he can run the ball and get to yards when you give him green grass, and that's what I hope he go back to doing if he's confident in his ankle. But for Dallas to win, and Mike McCarthy knows that we don't have to go to that 12 package. And if people think about it, he ran that 12 package a lot the only year they won the Super Bowl in Green Bay. If you go back and look at that Green Bay Super Bowl year, he won that they ran a lot of 12 packages.
No, actually they didn't, Rico. I remember that Super Bowl. They ran a lot of 10. That's what they ran. They ran a lot of 4 receiver sets. I'm certain on that.
Yeah, they were versatile, but at times they ran that 12 pack because I want to say who was the back. One of them was Starks, and who was the other one? And they ran that 12 packet, and especially in that playoff, they got physical. And then Aaron Rodgers was hot too because he made some throws in that Super Bowl that was unreal.
Because their receivers was Jordan Nelson, Givens, Josh Jones. I can't remember the last one because I remember I looked at it because I was researching filming as an offensive coordinator because the filming was the OC. People forgot the OC for the Super Bowl win in Green Bay was filming. Yeah, but either way, your point's still good. You know what I mean? I like us going back to that 12. I love it, and I love the tight end that we picked up.
We ran a lot of that 12.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Our offense changed once Blake Jarwin went down. It was never the same, in my opinion.
Man, we are dogs out there 12. You are so right, and bringing up to a point, us getting my tight end.
Yeah. That's why they went and got that tight end. Yeah. And Jake Ferguson, to me, I think in a year or two he might be better than Schultz. I think he's a little bit more athletic.
Yeah,
and he got just as sure hands as those Schultz.
Yeah,
and he's coming from that Wisconsin style, pro style offense, so the transition is not going to be hard for him.
And listen, this is how much I believed in Jake Ferguson. Before we picked him on a thumbnail for draft day of day 3, he was on a thumbnail. You listen, you know what I mean? I put Jake Ferguson on there. I could have put anybody on day 3. I put Jake Ferguson and Rodriguez on that thumbnail. You know what I mean? That's not lucky. He was a tight end that fit the Dallas types of tight end, but he's one that's exceptionally good at being the Dallas type of tight end. Where if you're a Dallas type of tight end, you're supposed to be a very balanced tight end. You might not be able to stretch downfield, but you should be able to do everything good, and he does.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, this draft here was blue collar. The Dallas League blue collar. We as Cowboy fans, we used to the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris, but we need some bulldogs. We need them 4-wheel trucks, man. And that's Mike McCoskey's personality a little bit. He's from Pittsburgh, man. He need that guy gonna just bring that lunch pail and say, look, I'm gonna be here all day. I ain't going nowhere.
Man, this is a good call, Rico. Yeah, see, because that's what's tripping me out on these people with these C grades and stuff. It's like, you don't give a man a bad grade for paying his mortgage. He kept first things first. They wanted us to go get some rims.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, Dallas went and got guys that are blue collar, but on top of that, they got a couple of them that's capable of being, I'm not gonna say all pro, but a couple of Pro Bowls that can make a couple of Pro Bowls. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when I look at D. Williams, I see why Dan Quinn liked him. One, and you gotta realize Will McClay was in there looking at it too. When I looked at him and I watched his workout, it made me think of DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah. Well, that's a strong comp, but it's a good comp. And this is one thing I won't ever do. I won't troll nobody for making a bold statement of what their eyes see. Because
DeMarcus Ware didn't know how to use his hands his first year. His first year, people don't realize he got like 7, 8, 9 sacks. And I told people, I said, he going to be dangerous. I said, because right now, he's just doing that with just pure speed.
Yeah.
I said, once he learned how to use his hands, he will be something. He didn't have that mentor like he mentored Parsons. Or he didn't have Tyron Smith there. He did, but you know what I'm saying?
That's where I think I think you're going to be right. That's where I think you're going to be right on that Sam Williams. I think you're going to be right on that because it's too much around Sam. My boy Law makes a great point all the time, man, where he talks about that a player is not just a player of himself. A player is built based on what's also around him. Law, one of the only few people talking with that common sense is you don't look at a guy from Ole Miss and be like, okay, well, that's what he's going to be because that's what he was. No. What about the beautiful marriage of coaches here that has proven that they get a lot out of their guys and develop them better than anybody? Everybody would tell you that the OC and I was very leery of Aiden Dirty because he was a new defensive line coach. I felt like it was crazy for Dan Quinn to promote a guy that had no experience coaching the defensive line. I was wrong as hell. I had to eat a big dose of crow because of the work that Aiden did with them young boys and what was happening around him. In most situations, the sky was falling. He lost Tank after week 1 and made it work.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you where we back with house money a little bit. When we drafted John, that D tackle from Arkansas, I believe he's gonna be the week 1 starter at that 1 tech. I don't know who's gonna be beside him. I don't know if it's gonna be Osadiga or Gallimore. But if the thing about it is with him at that 1 tech and Dig and Gallimore play to their ability, where the house money gonna come in at is LVE. If you keep LVE clean, because this is the thing. Me and Corey was on talking the other day. He kind of bashed me a little bit. I told Corey, I said, in that playoff game, LVE was one of our best defenders in that game. He balled that game. He balled the last couple weeks of the season. And I'm gonna tell you why I think he balled the last couple weeks of the season. I think LVE played it safe majority of the season because he knew he was in a contract year and he couldn't afford that neck to get hurt. And he played to protect himself. But then the last couple of weeks, he wanted to put something on tape to try to get him a contract. I think he's going to come back this year, and he's going to have to realize, look, I can't just put 3 weeks of tape. or 4 weeks tape. I think he gonna. I'm not saying he go back to 2018, but he gonna be close to it if we can keep him clean. That's our house money right there.
God dog, man, you gonna be rich if that happened. Cause I wouldn't take that bet for nothing. But
I take that bet with anybody. If we keep him clean, because go back and look at that playoff game against the 49ers. Don't come
you
tell
know
me
I looked at that playoff game, Rico. I looked at that and listen. He didn't do as good as what people said. What happened was he was okay. The highlight play was when they threw a dump off to Deebo Samuels, and he rallied and struggled to get him on the ground, but it was a pivotal down. Everybody remembers that, so they calling it a good game. It was okay. And he played a whole season and got $2 million. That is bad. And nobody else wanted him.
You know why nobody else wanted him? Because nobody believes in that net.
And nor should we. Nor should we. Listen, Rico.
That's right.
Rico, hold on, Rico. Rico, hold on. Rico, hold on. If a player waits to the last 2 games to play, I'm not betting on that player.
You're right. That's what I said. He tried to. It's like boxing. He tried to steal the rounds at the end, but it didn't work. If I can see it, and I don't scout and look at football much as a guy who get paid millions of dollars to do it, they're not gonna see it. They ain't gonna fall for it either.
I agree, and that's what gives me bad vibes. It's like, why you go play it safe, and we shouldn't be cool with somebody that played it safe for 16 games. 16 games you played soft, and then you still on this team. You still on this team after being soft for 16 games, and then we say the last 2 was good, man. Well, the only thing I hope, Rico, because at this point it's only hope, is that you're right. That I hope he does return to either close to 2018. Because as of now,
this is the thing. His agent, I guarantee, he told him. And we'll say this about players who play real good, like Tyron Smith. When he's healthy, he's there. But when he's not healthy, he ain't there. Availability just counts as much as the other way. That door swings both ways. You killing him for 6, 7, 8 games, then missing 8, 9 games. I still can't pay you to a certain degree. The only reason why Tyron Smith get away because of his resume. If it wasn't for his resume, he would get the same medicine.
All right, Rick. Well, I definitely appreciate the call, man, and you always bring that fire. And if you right, I'm gonna buy you a case of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I'm gonna call it Crow. It's gonna be for me, and I'm gonna say I'm eating Crow for your optimism on LVE, and I'm go.
We keep him clean, and he get confident. He say, you know what? Because I guarantee he working in that weight room on that net there. He keep it clean. We keep him clean. Now his 3 weaknesses, you got to keep him clean. Healthy or not healthy, he don't shed box. That was 2018, and we had. And the thing about it is, when that year we had Crawford in there, who was that Crawford before the hip injury. It kept him clean with that dirty guy that kept him in jail and clean. Keep him clean, and he got a healthy neck and shoulder. I do believe you're gonna see a similar LVE, because when I noticed it about the last 4 weeks of the season, I said he's starting to turn it up. I said, what's so funny?
Hold on, no, Rico. Now you know with the 4 weeks. You said 2. Now you up to 4. What's going on now?
No, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It got more and more, and I'm just telling you, this is just my belief. I believe he tried to put stuff out there at the last minute to get a contract. Because this is the thing: if he went out there and played hard the first half of the season and injured that net, would he have got 3? No. He might be just a league minimum guy.
I'm sissing Kool-Aid. I'm sissing Kool-Aid on you, Rico. I'm sissing Kool-Aid.
Because availability of 16 is better than nothing.
Oh, man. All right. I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna join you with some optimism because we got no choice at this point. I'm gonna join you in some optimism.
Neil caught COVID twice. And
All right.
And Bellevue got a contract before he did because Neil couldn't be on the field.
All right. Okay, Rico, I want to take some more calls because we've been at it a minute. But hey, this is a good call, and I hope you're right on that. I really do.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Time will tell.
Time will tell,
right,
and
man.
I hope you're right. I really do. All right, that was Rico, and hopefully he was drinking measured Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a big thing he just talked about. All right, Boss Cowboy Sports.
Boss.
We got you. We got you in. Coach Marv, what's up?
Man, you hardly in fish grease, man. You hardly in fish grease.
Oh, man, what I'm cooking over here, man. I got the grease, what I'm throwing in there.
But you know something, man? You know, you right about these pundits out here be giving these seeds. They just Cowboy haters.
Yeah.
And they're not football guys. They like you said, they want something exciting. But I got 3 guys in this draft that I think is going to be great, going to be very good. And one of them, I think the tackle. I watched you and OC break down, and OC was spot on. This is not a slow feet guy, footed guy.
Mm-hmm.
This guy got good feet. He just been badly coached in some areas, but I think he can straighten those things out quickly. Boss, I go back a long ways, man, and there was a guy that came out of Samoa State that had problems with mauling people and holding calls. If you pull up the bio of a guy that wore number 73 for the Cowboys, came out of small school that was a mauler. He turned out pretty well for the Cowboys.
Don't do
for
that.
a long time.
Don't do that.
Yoga fire.
Don't do that.
So, and people had projected him to be a tackle, but he was a great guard for a long time in Dallas. So I like guys that maul guys. This other guy from North Dakota, I've been watching a lot of stuff on him. He does not play, and I want to see OC's breakdown on him because this guy does not play like he's 6'8". This guy plays like he's 6'4", 6'5". Great knee bend, great, and is physical and goes after people. And he's got great feet. This guy is a player, and I don't see him get. Matter of fact, you know the thing in the Senior Bowl, he held his own against your boy defensive end from Florida State.
Oh, so, Johnson, he did good on Johnson.
Yeah, so this guy, you know, I think people look at him because they see 6'8". See, I think sometimes we get enamored with these guys, and we say the guys coming out of North Dakota State or North Dakota that they can't play. But these guys, have you started to see a trend in the league that these guys coming out of these smaller schools, if they can play the offensive line, they gritty and they're coachable because they don't come in as 5-star guys, but they leave as first and second round draft picks. So that means they're coachable. It's not about where you start at. If you got good coaching to get you up to a level where you getting drafted, they're taking projects and making these guys into some good players, and that usually translates well into the NFL, you know? So I like those 2 guys, but I like one guy especially, right? 2 guys especially. You put my question up there, boss, and I want you to answer it now, right? Coming out of college, who film look better? Michael Gallup or this guy Tolbert?
Michael Gallup.
Was it close?
No. Michael Gallup to me had first round tape. his production was better than Ridley. I thought he didn't look as good when he got to the Cowboys, but I'm not mad at somebody that might think Jalen Tolbert film looked better than Michael Gallup.
I would say this about Tolbert that I would say if I was to do the comps, right? I believe Tolbert was a better route runner than Michael Gallup coming out of college.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
So, and both of them were high point guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Gallup in college. Whoo! Boy, that ball was nice.
Yeah, but the route running, right?
Yeah.
And that's one of Gallup things now that he has to really work on. I think Cooper helped him with a lot of that with his route running, and they give him opportunities to run different routes instead of this a 3-route tree guy.
Yeah,
that's Kellen, but we won't get into Kellen.
Yeah,
but I think that's where I see this guy being, and if he gives us what Michael Gallup gave us in his rookie year, wow.
Yeah,
that's a wow.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think he's going to be a big plus. But I'm going to tell you something else. A person I've been watching a lot of stuff on. And I don't know, boss. You ain't talking about your. I know you talked about your linebackers, and you may have left this guy off because of the physical, because of the back and the neck surgery when he came out the combine. But this guy from LSU,
Clark,
I'm going to put it on record right now. Healthy, he better than Dean.
Coach. The only reason he wasn't in my top 5 was because of that back. That's it.
That got to be, boss. I know. I said that's got to be the only reason.
That was it.
Boss said, okay.
That's the only reason he wasn't in my top 5. Was you watching us on the draft show on day 3?
Huh?
I was screaming Damon Clark all day. The whole draft show. I was like, and this is what I said. I said, get Damon Clark and get another linebacker for insurance. And that's exactly what they did.
That's exactly what they did, because this kid, right? You should have seen Parsons' reaction when they drafted this guy. Boss, and I don't think that people understand this. And I know they talking about the, a lot of people is on Dean and they say, well, about the injury. But I don't think that the Cowboys, this is something that didn't hinder him from working out. This is something that they saw, right? So, and they corrected it before it became a major problem, right? But this guy, 135 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles in a year in the SEC.
Hey.
He had double the amount of tackles than Dean.
Coach.
Solo.
This is the deal. People call me crazy. I was one of the few that put a first-round grade on this dude. I put a first-round grade on Clark. I sure did.
The only reason he didn't get a first-round grade, I'm telling you, boss, because people disrespect off-ball linebackers. And they gave Dean a first-round draft pick, first round in the. You got to understand this, and I'm not saying the guys with Georgia can't play, but when you have an outstanding team that does great and win a national championship, that almost gives you an extra boost in your draft stock. Guys that don't even really play gonna get a boost in their draft stock, right? But this guy, the numbers that he put up and his progression, all of his years there. He runs a 4.52 40. He's 6'2". He's bigger than Dean. He's 6'2", 240 pounds.
Coach, I'm mad that you thought I didn't even respect this dude, Coach. You disrespected me right now, Coach. I'm messing with you.
I say, boss, I know he pulled him off because that back thing, when people talk about neck fusion and all that, he said, well, but this guy, listen, if he's healthy, This is not a health issue like Jalen Smith where his wheels bad, right? And this but if this guy's healthy, we got one of the biggest steals in a long time in the NFL.
Say, man, I was beating the drum for him hard. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show how many times I said specifically so many times we need to get Clark and then get insurance for him. This is what I said in the Boss Cowboy Guide. All right. I said Damian Clark is the prototypical Dan Quinn. Now, this is before the draft. Mm-hmm. I said Damian Clark is the prototypical Dan Quinn linebacker that's athletic, not too bulky, runs very well. Without knowing the design or defensive schemes, Clark seemed out of place and would occasionally get stuck on blocks. Just from looking at him play, I did not see the dominant instincts of a linebacker or somebody that spent a lot of time in the film room to where he could see the plays developing before they happen. But if partnered with Dan Quinn, then bet on tremendous upside.
You know, and you're so right, because the stuff that I watch, you don't listen. People, you don't get 135 tackles in the SEC and 15 tackles for loss, not being able to be instinctive and be able to diagnose and get the plays. And he didn't play with a defensive line like Dean played in Georgia.
Yeah.
So this guy, and he fits the mold like a lot of the other callers were saying. He's an older guy. He's a guy that went his whole duration, right? He did well at the Senior Bowl. He did outstanding at the Combine. The only thing when they did the medicals at the Combine, that's when they found this kid has a daughter. He's a homebody. He thinks about football and feed his family. If this guy is healthy, Jerry them said this. They knew this is the guy that if they got this guy, they understand that, yes, you were right, boss. Me and you were standing on the table for a long time saying, listen, linebacker is an issue.
Yep.
And not only did they bring in that type of guy, right? All the linebackers that they brought in, even the guy that they got at Oklahoma State at the end, which was a very good running mate with our main guy, Rodriguez.
Yep, Malcolm Rodriguez. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then they brought in some guys in the free agent pool in the same type of mold, tackling machines. Because if you're a tackling machine, that means one thing: you are very instinctive of how to get to the football.
Hey, and this is the good thing too. Steven talked about they checked out his back injury, and he said it was similar to one of the guys on our team who went through a similar thing. They talking about Tank. He didn't name Tank because of you can't be putting these boys medical stuff out there like that, even though everybody know Tank had them back surgeries. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But they watched Tank return from a similar back issue. So that's why they had the confidence to go get him. It was a lot of people that was like, don't touch him. I was like, yeah, touch him. Just get insurance for him, because if he don't work out, you lost a fit. If he work out, you gained a first to second round linebacker. Yeah, you take that bet.
He was a first round. This guy was a first round draft pick. Anytime you,
that's what I said.
I know what people want to talk about. Okay, level of competition. When he was in the best level of competition that you could play in. And if you want to watch one of his better games, he destroyed Alabama.
Yeah. And you know me, Coach, I'm real big on how do you play in them big games. That's one of my top grading things that I don't ignore that. That's why this is why. Laugh at me all you want, but I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I do not fear no freaking Jordan Davis at no Philly. The main reason I don't fear him is because of how he plays in big games. Go watch the national championship game. He was not existent for about only maybe 1 or 2 plays. The person who turned up in that game was Wyatt, number 95 for Georgia. It was not Jordan Davis. It wasn't.
Yeah, but
and I say that with all confidence.
Also, you know something, boss. Everybody talking about the Eagles got Jordan Davis that's gonna make them better in the run game.
Man,
they needed linebackers, and hopefully they linebackers. Hopefully for them, they linebackers probably play well better because they had 2 dogs in the middle already. Devon Hargrave is a dog. And Cox is a dog. Always been.
Yeah. He gonna be more of a dog than Clark.
Devon Hargrave against us that we started having questions about our center at that particular time because he was getting mauled by those big guys. But they had nobody. That's why I keep trying to tell guys and tell the fans. It's not about keeping a linebacker clean. You're never gonna keep a linebacker totally clean. If guys take up blocks, only thing that's going to make is the traffic is going to get late to the linebacker. It's still coming. The traffic is still coming, but it may get there late. And if you don't have a linebacker that attacks the line of scrimmage and utilize that hold up and get up underneath that traffic because you can't get to him right now, right? He's going to get tackled 5-6 yards down the field. But if you got a guy like a Parsons or this guy named this young man where I seen on his tape that attacks the line of scrimmage, if you take up blocks and you keep that guy a half a second off from getting to him, they have no chance of blocking him because he's instinctive enough to feel the hole. And when he feels it, he got a partner in crime like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got, right? That gets straight. Football is still the same thing with linebackers. Plug and straight. So when you got distinctive guys, like the guys that got in Tampa, and you put some guys up in front of them, you get all pros. So that's what the Cowboys are looking for, that running mate. And I'm sorry, Rico, you was doing great, man, what you call, but LVE, the film don't lie. 245 pounds, 6'4". He don't need to be clean. He should be able to get all blocks. He got the size to get all blocks.
Facts.
But I do think, boss, that that guy, if he come out, that LSU guy pans out to be healthy, he's going to be. And I sent you a text about 2 guys that I really like in the linebackers. I've been watching linebackers because I think that's our biggest thing that we need to address in the room. And I believe if my eyes are correct, the linebacker group is going. I'll put it like this: Luke Gifford is going to have a hard time if the Dallas Cowboys are real about their evaluations, right? Of making this team.
Fire.
Don't go nowhere, Coach.
And I'm gonna put it out there right now, fellas. And I want y'all to hear this. The 2 linebackers, the guy from Texas A&M, free agent pickup, and Stoney Jackson. I'll give you some history about Stoney Jackson. Started at Prairie View A&M. No, came out of junior college. And that's another thing the Cowboys are doing. They're getting a lot of these guys that's been going to the D1 schools or going to schools and coming out of junior college. And I think they're getting that experience because these guys know how to grind to get to the NFL. Stoney Jackson went to junior college, went to Prairie View A&M, was an All-American his first year. Left Prairie View A&M and went to Liberty and did the exact same thing he did at Prairie View A&M. A hidden tackling machine.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
And got size.
All right, hold on before you go on that, Coach. I want to say something real quick before you go on that, because we got quite a few people watching right now. So I want to tell y'all, if y'all have not yet went to go watch these videos, go check them out. I got some short videos that's gonna catch you up on our first round guy as well as our second round guy. All right. So with the film, but it's also a full analysis where we go through the pros and cons. We go through everything about these guys, and we try to give you a higher level of content to really kind of explain, our version of who we picked up, right? And it's good to hear different versions, but I think we really, really try to go deeper on how did the picks make sense and where do they fit now and potentially in the future. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out on Boss Cowboy Sports on the page, because I'm seeing that obviously the first round Tyler Smith, that video is just growing leaps and bounds. It's already over our day 1, day 2, and day 3 of the drafts in views, and it was only published 8 hours ago. So likely that video go hit maybe around 4,000 or something like that. So also y'all make sure y'all hit those likes. That's what grow the channel. Even if y'all don't give $1 to us, that's okay. Most importantly, if you like the content, just hit that like. That's one of the main things you can do to make sure we'll recommend it. Last note before me and Coach Marv keep going is right now we're at 2,910 subs. We only 90 away from 3,000. Obviously that's a big benchmark for us. We just passed over a year or a year and a couple of months of having this page, and I'm happy with the pace of our growth. That's a very good pace of growth. So hit that like and then share the content so we can grow this channel. A lot of people love this content, but do your part in growing the channel by liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. All right, we back, Coach.
Boss, this is prime example when Jared them guys there and they talked about the linebacker position and the things of protecting Michael Parsons, making him better.
Mm-hmm.
This comes from the sentiments of people like you and other people that listen, that understand football, and that those things resonate. That's why it is so important for us as Cowboy fans to not just to get caught up in the Kool-Aid of other people downing our drafts or downing our players or second guessing the administration on their draft picks and their philosophy. We just have to be supportive and look into these guys with film and study to find out, because the grass will always tell the story. So all these guys, every guy that got drafted in this draft, until they get on the grass and that whistle blows, we don't know what none of them going to do. We don't know if the money is going to get in their head and they're not going to be attentive. We don't know if injuries are going to come. We don't know what's going to go. But we just glad that the Cowboys stuck to the philosophy, and their philosophy was to get more physical and to change their mentality as a football team to a physical football team. But we move into the second phase, boss. I want to say this right quick.
All right.
We move into the second phase, people. As Boss Cowboy does all his breakdown of all these guys, not only going to do breakdowns, I guess he's going to do breakdowns of other draft choices as MNOC and probably some free agent guys. We move into the phase and now of the groceries are in the kitchen or in the house.
Well said.
Most of the groceries for this team has been collected in the last 4 days.
Yes.
And now we still may have some little bit of shopping to go out and get some other things, but the majority of the groceries are in. Now the focus is going to turn on to is the coaching staff
Yes.
Going to devise a meal plan
Yoga fire.
that's going to last for 21 weeks when the season starts. And I said 21. I mean regular season through the playoffs through the Super Bowl. They need to devise a plan that's going to be a mentality of this football team, an identity that is a meal plan that's going to last for the whole year. That's their job, to take this collection of guys and do what they do best and be diligent in getting them to the finish line, and that's why they're going to have to cook this thing. But I will say one thing. When we get to Oxnard, and you will hear Coach Marv say this a lot because Boss going to be on it talking about Oxnard and everything. This is a young team. This is a team don't have nobody. I think one player 30 years old, Boss, or two. We're going to have to season this team well. And Mike McCarthy, you may have to push the little envelope because Camp Cupcake ain't going to devise this meal strong enough for get through 21 weeks. Because it's a young team, and you're going to have to put them under fire to know when Sunday comes around and if it gets tough, that they can perform and not have the situation that happened in big games or San Francisco to come around anymore with your team. So that's what we want to do. We got the groceries. Now let's get on this team and look at it and say what we're going to do to put this meal plan together and present it for it to last 21 weeks and for us to win the trophy.
Man, great call, Coach. Always. When you starting that YouTube channel, quit playing, Coach. We waiting on it. You need some help, holler at me. I'm dead serious.
Boss,
holler at me. I got you.
A great coach at Norfolk State where I played football at.
All right.
Named Coach Willie Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we went to spring practice, he said we putting the meal together to last through spring practice, through the summer, and to win the conference championship and to get in the playoffs. And we put that thing together, but we had to put together, we want to put y'all together so y'all can last for the duration. And that's what McCarthy got to do. He's got to put the plan together.
You already said that, Coach. I asked you about your YouTube.
Not worried about Quinn. I'm worried about Kellen Moore.
No, I said when you go start your YouTube.
Oh, I did tell you that, boss. I did send that thing out there. I said I got some people working with me. I said I'm going to stop. I said I got some good guys in Big Game James and Boss Cowboy and all of them going to help me get this thing going, man. Because
we got to amplify your voice. Your voice gonna be way better with your own channel. Just on the cool. Just seriously. You know what I mean? Because you already do a good job of working everybody. You got respect in the whole community. And I'm not gonna treat you like some treated me, because I was treated real good by most, but some people, they shunned my beginning. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we respect you, we respect your knowledge, and we need to grow it. Like real talk.
Yeah, and you got, something, boss. Mm-hmm. This is what I like about your show, and this, sometimes somebody gotta pat you on the back. What I like about your show and the group that y'all have on the
Final Word,
and some other guys that don't be on the Final Word.
Yeah,
that y'all don't disrespect players.
Nah,
y'all treat players like they're men.
Yeah.
Now y'all call them out when they don't do what they're supposed to do. Y'all call out the ownership when they don't do what they're supposed to do.
Right.
But y'all report the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Nobody goes on a show and reports the Bruce Dalrymple situation in the Cowboy land. Everybody else stays away from it, but you attacked it.
Right.
So, and other stuff that comes around, you attacked it. Nobody attacks the racism problem in the NFL.
Yeah.
But you're a Cowboy fan, but you attack that because if we don't attack it, it'll seep in our door.
It does. Right.
So that's why you attack issues and you talk about issues,
right.
but you talk about it because y'all are true Cowboy fans.
That's right.
We're not drinking no Kool-Aid.
Nope.
Film doesn't lie.
Nope.
And these players, your evaluation, you're doing evaluation for the Cowboys, but when you do your book, you're doing evaluation of guys that can play. You know all of them not going to be on the Cowboys team.
Right.
But that's why you can look around the NFL when guys are balling, and you can say,
yep.
Yeah, I saw that. I had that in my book.
Yep. Happens all the time.
So,
but no, I just want to encourage you, and just say that publicly. I can't wait till you do it. I really can't. I just can't wait, because this the main thing I love about you, Coach. I know this from talking to you personally, talking to you offline. You love this team. You love this team, you know, and I want content creators that love the Cowboys. Some content creators love themselves. See,
true to the fact. Yep.
Yeah, where they will sell out this team for their own brand. They will stick with an idea that they know is bad because they already had the bad ideal first and don't want to get off of it. I know you not like that. And we need more pure content creators, just straight up. And I think you will be fantastic with your head coach background. I think it will be amazing. And I would do everything to try to give you every tool for you to have the best presentations of what's in your mind.
Well, you know, boss, I have these same conversations. I'm not this, and I think some people, when I go in the barbershop, you know, basketball is, it's true to fact, basketball was my first love. So I'm a big basketball guy. I'm a Tar Heel, and I'm one of those Lakers Cowboy fans. I'm a Lakers Cowboy fan, and I
don't trust you. I don't trust you. Does it? No. Okay. I was talking too good. Nope. I was talking too good, too fast. I don't trust no Laker Cowboy fans. Y'all, some ain't right about that.
Well, the Cowboys. The craziest thing about it, both of them are storied franchise. You look at the three storied franchises in sports: the Lakers, the Yankees, which I can't stand the Yankees, and the Cowboys. All of them went through the same thing, identity crisis, where they allowed the media and the stuff of the glitz and the glamour to get them off focus. But the Cowboys now are turning to getting physical guys that are not the sexy pick, but the guys that can play, the pail carrying guys, and that's how you win. Same thing with the Lakers' downfall. The Lakers' downfall is because they went glitz and glamour and forgot about the guys that carries the pail buckets that wins games. Same thing with the Yankees. They went through their time where they tried to get every free agent in the book, and they didn't win. But when they got some homegrown players, they won championships again. Same thing here with the Cowboys. Only thing we have to get now is, boss, I challenge you, as well as the rest of the creators. We got enough groceries in this house right now to win a Super Bowl. But they better cook it correctly. Because they don't.
Yoga fire!
We need some more people in here. So the heat should be up on Mike McCarthy, Kellen, and I'm not going to leave Dan Quinn out. Because last year is last year. And I always was told, never rest on your laurels. Never rest on your laurels. Because each year is different. So we got to get, we're going to go, I know you're going to go hard at it. When I get started, we all going to collab to go hard at it, because it's a philosophy thing of winning a championship. And it's not, like you said, a lot of these creators out here, they're about excitement. I'm about championships. We can win 9-7. As long as I win, that's what I'm happy with. I don't care if it's 9-7, 7-0. That's fine. But I don't want to lose 45-46, because yes, it was exciting and it was thrilling, but we still lost. So that's what we got going. And for all y'all fans out there, I'm glad you stopped and did that thing about Ezekiel Elliott. Cut him then. All the ones that want to get rid of him, cut him.
Don't say that, Coach.
And if he go to a team to utilize him, he'll run for 1,500 yards and be an all-pro again. Ezekiel Elliott is one of the smartest guys in the world, boss. He saw when Kellen Moore was becoming the offensive coordinator, and they went through their first OTAs as Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator. He said then, I'm not coming to training camp. I got to get my money because he's finna cut all my carries.
And he did. He sure did. But Coach, we've been on.
Hold out now.
Yeah.
Because if I wait.
Yeah, Coach.
And Kelly cut my carries.
Yeah, he's smart for that.
I'll never get this payday.
Yeah, he's smart for that. Hey, but let me take some more calls, Coach. We've been on it a long time.
Like I say, boss, I always tell you, man, keep doing what you're doing, brother.
No doubt. You too, Coach. Thank you.
Later.
All right, that was Coach Marv, man, making his voice matter. He one of the best at it. All right, we got the call lines open. It's Freestyle Monday. So y'all call on in. And let's keep the party going. And I love freestyles because the content truly comes from y'all, right? It comes from y'all involvement. It comes from the things that's on your mind. So here we go. We got another call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Yo, what's going on, Boss Cowboy, man? It's Rick,
man. I know who you are, big dog. What's up?
Coolin', man, coolin'. What's good, Cowboy Nation, man? Like the man said before, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, man.
Right on.
What I gotta say is, I forgot your man's name before, Coach, and it said some Leighton Vander Esch gonna be out here tagging and keep him clean.
That was Rico.
That shit don't sell a long time ago, my brother. That's the wrong thing to say. Leighton Vander Esch, man, please. That's the glass man. He another glass man. Bro, when you see something happening in front of you and you're hesitant to jump in the pile or put your nose in there, bro, something wrong with you, man. You shouldn't be out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vander Esch, he's okay, but he's not a tackling machine. He's nowhere close to it.
Right.
And teams gonna take advantage of him. Like you said, like I've been saying, you said 9 teams that we got that's running teams?
Yes.
That we gotta play against this year?
Yes. I counted them.
Whose side you think they're going to?
You know who they going to.
Huh?
Yeah, come on.
They're going right at Vander Esch.
Exactly.
As soon as they see him on the field, they're going directly at him.
Right at him.
You know what I mean?
I would.
Yeah, hesitate with Mike. Well, Mike, they hesitate. Hell, they coming straight at his neck.
Every time.
But like you were saying before, your coach was saying, I'm glad that we do have a blue collar
draft.
Blue collar draft.
Mm-hmm.
We brought some tough people in here. We brought some hitters, some tough people, and some of these Jason Garrett guys are about to start getting weeded up out of here.
Oh.
And I think people are forgetting about that, man, because I think, like, I heard somebody saying that the guy, the dude named Bland, the cornerback, that they might not have enough room for him. I said, man, if Dan Quinn requested for him to get drafted here, they're going to make room.
Right.
Even if we got to trade some people or let some people go. Because I don't think they were too happy with Jordan Lewis. Did people forget about that? You know what I'm saying? I don't think they were too happy with Jordan Lewis at the end of this year. Because he was out there getting burnt. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
Only person I really see having a strong case to stand on this team is somebody with a contract is Anthony Brown. If they want to let him play at his last year, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He earned it.
Hopefully.
Straight up.
Yeah, he did. He did earn it. You know what I mean? You gotta give that man his point. You gotta tip your hat to him.
Hey, Tariq, I had to do a whole show on eating crow. And I didn't mind doing it. It was the best crow I ever had. Still taste it.
Yeah, are you talking about for Anthony Brown?
Yeah, because I don't think it was nobody. Nobody was on Anthony Brown's head harder than me. Nobody.
Yeah, I was with you, man. I was with you on that. I was ready for him to go too, man. But you know what? When he's playing with his hair on fire, he's a better player.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? When he got something to lose, he's a better player. You know what I mean?
Say that again. Say that. Say that
is because
again.
Say
that again.
Oh, when he's playing with his hair on fire?
When he's playing with something to lose, he's a better player.
Yeah.
When we drafted Boss Man, turned him up.
And that's why I'm like, Boss Man, him being in that situation kind of did people like Jay Lewis and A. Brown a favor by getting in trouble a little bit, because there's a possibility he still might be off this team, depending on how did everything play itself out. You know, I'm hoping that the man can bounce back. You know what I mean, and be somewhat of a Ray Lewis story. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just keep yourself clean forget rapping and all that. Just focus on football and staying out here in the free world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My thing is, it's like we were saying, it's a lot of players that's about to be up off this team. I even think a person like Hill. I feel like Hill's gonna be off this team just because they drafted Ridgeway. I think Hill's a possibility of getting up off this team. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
because I don't really.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm not gonna listen. I'm never gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna always tell you it's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. I was hitting an effect. I had to get that effect in there, dog. All right. So I'm gonna give y'all the truth on Ridgeway. Ridgeway go be a developmental one tech. He go be he's not gonna be what y'all think. Cause I wrote about him. I watched his games. I watched a lot of his games. He's a splash player. He's gonna need to develop into a solid one tech. He's gonna be that guy that's gonna take the normal 2 to 3 years. Cause I watched him against big games. He struggled on doubles. He struggled at holding the point. He did. But he showed splash. You know what I mean? And I'm just being honest. I don't want people expectations way up here. And then they like, well, where's he at? I thought this guy's supposed to be this. He gonna have to develop. Like Osa's are rare. You know what I mean? Like when Osa came in and they couldn't push him, that's that wrestling background. Cause he was like that in college, but I didn't believe it. I was like, it ain't gonna work in the league. Cause you never see defensive tackles have instant success unless they top 10 or top 15. They always develop by year 2, year 3. So I just want to kind of temper expectations a little bit. Now, if he exceeds those expectations, hey, bro, it's going to be time for us to start making this man Aiden Dirty the coach of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. Because if he take another rookie and get a rookie to play like a pro, like he did also for about 8 games, bruh, that dude is the truth. You know what I mean? Aiden. And then I would eat a second dose of crow. I already ate my first dose of crow because I didn't believe in him. I'm being honest. I was like, why would we take a guy who never coached defensive line and make him the coach over the group that was killed the worst in 2020? But it worked. It worked. So anyway, I just wanted to keep it real on the expectations of what I really do expect. But they could exceed it. You know, they did it with Osa. You know, but notice Quentin Bohanna, we was excited about him, and You know, he.
Yeah, but see, my thing is like this.
But that's your one.
You know what I like? You know what I like about the dude? He ready to come in and punch somebody in the mouth already. That's what we've been needing around here. That's the attitude we've been needing on both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? Especially in the trenches.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I'm tired of seeing our team, people just gutting us, running straight up the middle, straight at us, doing this counter stuff, this counter sweep stuff on us, and just running, you know what I mean, running wild, man. You know, and that's why I'm happy that they're like a person, Mike McCarthy says to him, like, yo, remember saying, friend, remember all that running he was doing, bro? We got to stop the run. Whatever we got to do to throw darts at the board and start to run, that's what I'm about. And at the same time, too, you know, I like the fact that people out here hating on Bohanna. Like this man ain't gonna get in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
I'm expecting Bohanna to turn up this year.
Because I got faith in the dude.
Oh yeah.
Dan Quinn told the man he's gonna draft him, and he drafted him. I really believe he's gonna put everything he got into becoming a better player. You know what I'm saying? Because he already a big boy. That's all we really need. We need a big boy in the middle, and hopefully the linebacker Clark, you know, whenever he is able to come back, hopefully he could be something. You know what I mean? Because we just need some thumpers out there, man. Tough guys and thumpers. That's all I really want to see. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that, I don't mean to be jumping all over the place, but I'm kind of happy how they drafted certain players at certain positions, man, because I do think that the Smith guy is going to keep, you know what I mean, is going to keep people off of Dak, out of Dak's face, just off of pure strength alone. And us trying to get back to the running game is going to help Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I just want to see us run on people. I want to see us, you know what I mean, set the tone early on offense and set the tone early on defense. It's okay to throw the ball around, but I always notice with this team is when we a dominant running team, we hard to beat. People can't beat us like that. They can't just do what they want to do with us. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see. And I'm happy that they went ahead and said, you know what? We're going to get people on both sides of the ball and punch people in the mouth. Hopefully this wide receiver dude, hopefully he got the attitude that everybody keeps saying that he got. And hopefully he might bring more attitude out of other people. You know what I mean? Like CD Lamb. Because I think CD got an attitude too.
Yeah. I agree with Ty Cowboys, who said, I want them to show that anger on the field. That's where I want to see it. I won't talk. I don't want talk. I want action. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it on the field. I want them to turn up and play Cowboy football.
Me too. I don't want to hear no more talking either. You know what I mean? Because I definitely don't want to hear people like Dak Prescott saying to Tom Brady, "Oh, I'm going to meet you later on." Yeah. I don't want to hear that junk, talk, bro. Go out there and show improve, bro. We tired of y'all talking. That's that Jason Garrett. That's that Jason Garrett bullshit. Right. I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
All right. That's why I want a lot of these Garrett guys out of here. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that's gonna cooperate and get down and dirty, those are the ones I want here. Those are the ones I want to stay, because I really believe that we got a chance to do something special if they, like you said, if they get in the kitchen and cook it up right and deliver it. You know what I'm saying? And do their thing out there, man. Because I really believe like Jerry should give Mike McCarthy and the rest of his staff their chance to really mess up. Don't jump in, you know what I'm saying? Don't jump into affairs with Mike McCarthy. Let McCarthy play the players that he wants to play, and let them coach them the way they need to be coached, so we can see what's going on. Because I'm still a firm believer that Mike McCarthy is a better coach than everybody's talking about.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I really believe, man. And I really believe like the Jones family is handcuffed to him.
Yoga fire.
That's all I really gotta say, bro.
No, I appreciate it, man. You always kill these calls. Appreciate it, Tyreek.
All right, boss Cowboy. Peace, Cowboy Nation.
All right, man. Tyreek, man, that's a cool dude. Yeah, so I want to show y'all something. and then I'm gonna take another call. Cowboys look for depth with Razorbacks Vanilla Gorilla. Talking about John Ridgeway. The first time that they was calling him Vanilla Gorilla was with man, what's his name? Oh yeah, Coach Tucker. And Big Game James brought that and broke that on the draft show. And he was saying, I want John Ridgeway because I talked to Coach Tuck, and all the guys that work out with Coach Tuck, one of them was the first overall pick, was calling John Ridgeway Vanilla Gorilla. And that fast, the word is already out on what his nickname was with Brandon Tuck in his workout group. Why am I saying that? It shows you how your voice matters. I sent it to Big Game James. I said nobody knew that was his name until you said it. Day 3 of the draft. It's a lot of people that, I just want to say that because it's a lot of people that really believe that their voice don't matter. They think organizing to get ideas out there is a wasted exercise. But everybody that's been following Boss Cowboy Sports, the Final Word, Big Game James, Law, and the OC, and these other podcasters too, that I know very well, you know, you see that they absolutely have their ears to what we are saying. And because you are able to participate with us, it also amplifies your voice. But it's people that will literally tell you you don't matter. And I'm here to tell you, you do matter. You do. So I still got the call line open. If y'all don't call in, then we go in freestyle Monday. But while I'm waiting on a couple of more calls to come in, if y'all don't call, then I'm cool with that. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the videos, share the videos about our first rounder and our second rounder. We also go have obviously more and more content that's dropping. Y'all give me a little bit of time to take some time off. I wrote a whole book and we did a big draft show. That was a lot of work. I do need a break. I took no days off, but I'm going to need to take a couple of days off. So I just don't know when, but I'm going to announce it so y'all can know when my content will slow down. And it's going to only slow down for a second, but we go pick it back up with a lot of good content, and y'all keep your eyes on this week because we going to be dropping a lot of content. And you go see us in the next month really up our game. It's not going to be as much as the production and the graphics. It's going to be more efficient and better quality content. So, because we want to increase and grow and get better every year. So, I don't see anybody calling in, so y'all already know. This is Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. Before y'all leave, please hit that like. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We also, at the end of the show, would like to... Oh, we got a call. I was just finna get out of here, but I don't be playing. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, boss, this is Marcus.
Hey, what's going on, Marcus, man? Why you whispering, man? You at the job?
Huh?
You at the job?
No, I'm here at work. I'm at the house. Yes, sir.
Okay, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just calling in. Just calling in and talking about this draft a little bit. And
let's go.
Life is too tired to talk.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. What's on your mind with the draft? How you feeling, Marcus?
Oh man, I feel great, man.
You feel great?
You know, man. I mean, I look at it like this. You know, the guys that we got, you know, they're not the sexy names, but we got some players.
Right.
You know, so I look at it that way. You know, everybody want that popular name like Jordan Davis, the Kobe Dean. I mean, we got some guys that can play. You know, it's not about the name; it's about the player. And that's what we get caught up in. You know, we talked about that before. You know, everybody's looking at, who's the popular name out there? That's why everybody's getting a grade C or worse.
Right.
You know, these guys, they can still ball. Clark can ball. I mean, Ridgeway, he's going to be a baller. The main thing we got to have is grace on the injury front and the coaches do their job.
Right. Right. Well said.
You know.
Well said.
And the thing, what I want us to stop doing is, like, you know, when you look at Devin Harper. Devin Harper is a good linebacker. But because he's drafted in the 7th round, why don't I say he just got to be just relegated to special teams? That man could come in and probably be a starter at linebacker right now because Clark is hurt.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, give the guys a chance. That's what I always say. You know, don't just draft the guy like, okay, we're gonna put him on the shelf for 2 years. Let the guy get some reps and play.
Man,
you never know what you have, and that's what, you know, gets me. You know, just cause you get picked after the 5th round, well, we'll get you if we need you. They make you like an emergency player. No, not true. That guy made it to the NFL for a reason. He's a player.
Right.
Let the players play.
See, Marcus, you always call in with common sense. That's why I love taking your call, because it's a lot of people that ignore what you just said. It's so many teams that look at and treat players based on where they was drafted. So if you was an undrafted free agent, you get treated like steal. But if you had a 1st round grade, you get treated like Lyle. It was totally different treatment. Because I guarantee you Steele couldn't have missed a whole year because he was out of shape.
Right.
I guarantee Steele couldn't have got suspended for 5 games as an undrafted free agent, and we would have still inserted him back in as the starter. Man, that's an excellent point. And I'm taking just a little bit of time to celebrate a good draft. But after we get over this, I was talking to one of the homies yesterday, and I said it like this. I said, what we doing with this draft is we are thinking about the Cowboys as if we are that person that just had sex with, and it was amazing, right? Like, you can have a major fight, but then when you come together and that sex is amazing, you almost forget that you with somebody toxic. You almost forget. But then you get reminded. See, we coming out of the draft where we intoxicated with the beauty of what happened, but we still got work to do. Like, in terms of holding front office accountable and not having favorites, not forcing guys out there because you gave them contracts. We still not talking about that bad trade value that we got from Amari and Lyle, and how much better this draft could have been if we didn't play public perception games on some of our players. We gonna talk about that, but I'm gonna give it about a week to just get through this honeymoon phase, and then we gonna be right back on accountability and those things that's gonna really make us better.
That's right. Exactly, because like you said, we undersold their value by trying to be so media mighty.
Right.
And, you know, there's a couple of picks that we could have had earlier in the draft, and God knows who could have landed then. But like I was saying, when y'all was doing the draft show, I tweeted out, it's just time to trust Will McClay.
Yeah. Straight up.
It's time to trust him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, man know what he's doing.
Will McClay know what he's doing.
The problem is with us, if we don't get that sexy name player, that popular player, we think, oh my God, we doing terrible. No. You hadn't even looked at the player. Like all those guys you had was in your guide, like at rank 1 through 5. I saw it. But see, they ain't paying attention to that, you know. Once again, now everybody's like, oh, well, Smith can play. Why? Because now you put out some film. They looked at the film.
Right.
Nobody wanted to do that at first. You know, all we had was just, if we don't get Kenyon Green or Zion Johnson, it's a failure.
Yeah. That's exactly how it was.
That's all everybody thought about. We don't get one of those two, it's a failure.
Yep.
We don't draft for a Chris Olave at receiver, it's a failure.
Right.
We don't get the Kobe Dean,
it's a failure.
But if you do the side-by-side comparison, D. Williams had better stats than Hutchinson.
Yep.
Do the side-by-side comparison, DeMond Clark had better stats than Kobe Dean.
Yep.
But nobody's looking at that.
Nope.
And on top of that, those guys played top competition.
Right. Yeah.
They're not looking at that. Then you look at the Kobe Dean, look at the guys he had with in front of him. Clark didn't have that type of D-line in front of him.
Nope.
You look at D. Williams playing at defensive end. Well, people don't realize that's his first year playing the edge. Nobody brings that up. Also, nobody brings up the fact that who was the guy on the other side of him? Hutchinson had Ajobu?
Yep.
Whatever the guy's name is.
Yep.
Who did D. Williams have? We can't even name him.
Right.
So they may got 12.5 sacks, and they really had nobody up there as a sidekick helping them out.
Right.
But nobody looks at that.
Boy, this call.
Yoga fire.
I mean, people need to stop. Look at the player. Look at the player. Look at the competition. Now, I'm not saying that a guy can't come from a small school and play. I'm not saying that either. Because there's a lot of sleepers at small schools that can ball.
Right.
But quit looking at these sexy, popular names thinking nobody else can play. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, you telling the truth.
If you're going to be a true Cowboy fan, be a true fan. You do the homework. Then you know what you got. You ain't boo-hooing and poo-pooing after the first 2 rounds.
Right. And I'm glad you brought up my book because I said on Twitter that I was going to update the book. It is not updated yet. Can y'all please give me the Sunday? Because I updated with my ranks, but I put the ranks out there through these graphics. But I need to update it in the book because the book can change. I'm going to add a couple of more things in the book and I'm going to announce it when I do it. But I still do have to put the ranks that I publicize through these graphics in the book. It's not done yet. So, but when I do it, that's when the book is going to be complete because I've already got my order ranks. I just need to put it in the book. Obviously preparing for the shows and all that kind of stuff. That book I put on the back burner, but it's going to be caught up by Sunday. Is that cool with everybody? Everybody cool with that?
Oh yeah. I mean, cool. It should be cool with them.
Right.
I know how it can't be. You the one doing all the work. You providing all the knowledge that people don't want to dig for.
Yeah.
It's just like, when you was talking about linebacker, I was right there with you.
Yeah. You was right there.
Linebacker thing. We was talking about Rodriguez and Jacoby.
Yep.
I was right there with you.
The whole time.
Talking about, linebackers not a big deal. Are you kidding me? The injury-prone room we have, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Based on linebacker room, the only healthy person we had was Parsons.
Yes. 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 And I was so happy to hear Jerry and them validate that. I don't know if you caught that, but Jerry and them greatly validated what we were saying, Marcus. We were saying that linebacker was the top need. That didn't mean they needed to be the first pick, but it definitely needed to be the forward in the draft, and it was. He mentioned 3 guys to be protectors of the queen. He mentioned 3 draft picks. He sure did.
Yeah, he sure did. Clark, Harper,
and Williams. Yep.
All 3 of them.
And Jerry said he kept coming to them saying, how are we going to keep Micah Parsons?
That's right.
So, but people was treating this channel like we was crazy. But really what it was is we was just bold enough to say what others was scared to say. Because everybody kept saying, guard or receiver. And I was like, they're important. They are. But
very important.
Not as important as that linebacker room.
Say it again.
I said, but they wasn't as important as that linebacker room because we needed to protect the queen. That's what
right.
it is.
And you had to.
No,
you know, I heard my man call earlier about Van Der Esch, and I give it to him. I was like, everybody else said, I don't need you short week 16 and 17. I need you all 17 because realistically, throughout that whole season, you're prone to have maybe an off game.
Right.
But now, if Parsons is off, then I don't need you to be off too. I need your sidekick to be over there. Okay, I got your back, Parsons. I got your back.
Right.
But if you over there scared to put your head in there, blow up the pound, then what are we doing? Because everybody's coming for you. They look at that film from last year. They coming straight to where he's at. Where's 55? That's where we run.
Yes.
And they know that's what they do. They always come after. And excuse, I don't mean to sound put the man down, but they're gonna come after the weakest link. And when they find it, they're gonna just keep bleeding it.
Yep.
Until all the blood run out. They're gonna guess you.
Yeah. And I want to say this.
That's why I said, with these other linebackers, hey, give Harper a chance. Give these undrafted free agents a chance. You never know what you got in that room until you give them some reps. Don't go out here because he made all pro 4 years ago. We in 2021 now. We ain't caring about that. 2022. We ain't care about what you did in 2018.
Yeah.
Players that went on and retired now.
Right.
So we got to stop looking at, okay, since he got experience, he the one should get it, or because he makes the most money. Stop doing that too, because he got a big contract, he should play. You don't get that man a job because he make the most money. You give the man a job who earned the position.
Right.
Who earned the right to start.
Right. Exactly.
But we have it wrong. You hear them sometime on those Dallas Cowboys talk shows. But who's gonna start? You got to follow where the money is. That's the worst mistake you do. That's one of the worst mistakes you can do.
That's one of the worst mistakes.
High salary. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Are we all about trying to play people who make it the most, or we trying to win the Super Bowl?
Right. And that's one reason that I did love Sean Payton. Sean Payton played you based on how you played, not where you was drafted. None of that. None of that mattered to Sean Payton. It was all about what have you done for me. He was one of the best sleeper finders because he gave everybody a fair chance to compete. Versus, I think Mike McCarthy, he got a little bit of good old boy in him. He showed that with Mike Nolan. He showed that with DiNucci. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He got one of those scratch my backs, I scratch yours BS going on. And that's also why I believe he had his leash yanked. You know what I mean? Because it opened up the door for Jerry and them to be able to meddle because they saw a kink in his armor. See, Dan Quinn, they gave him more rope because he's been consistent and he doesn't show the favoritism and he shows the common sense. So they catered to him. But Mike McCarthy, when he stood on a table for a bad quarterback and Jerry over here like, bro, you gonna make them type of decisions with my money?
Right, exactly. Right. And here's the thing now. What's this? This is third year. So you're changing the ingredients. You're getting your guys in. My advice to him would be now, okay, you better go ahead and make something happen. You can't keep playing around.
Yeah.
You know, not saying, okay, well, all these Garrett guys, no, these Garrett guys are getting out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You see Dan Quinn, like you said, that Coach Durden, those guys are making it happen.
Right.
Like you said, the D-line coach, I commend him a whole lot. Like you said, he lost Taylor. He didn't have Tristan Hill. He lost Neville Gallimore. I mean, his whole line was just decimated.
Yep.
At one time, he played just straight backups.
Mm-hmm.
But he had those guys balling, though.
Sure did.
He had them balling.
Yeah.
You got to give that man all the props in the world.
Man.
And that's what you do as a coach. It ain't about who I like, who can get the job done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The best crow I ever ate was Aiden Dirty. Boy, that crow was good. Got me drinking all the dirty Kool-Aid now. But hey, man, I'm tired. I got to get off the show now. I've been on it way too long. But I appreciate it. I love freestyle because it's just fun to talk ball with y'all. Y'all always bring that funk and that fire, Marcus. So
yes, sir.
Keep doing it, man. We need your voice to keep amplifying through the YouTubes and the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the Twitters. Like you do.
Man, you know I be on that Twitter. I love Twitter because Twitter be on fire every day.
Man, Twitter
it's
be
so
on
much
fire.
Fun on Twitter.
Man, Twitter. Say, I had no idea, but I'm glad I'm there now. Yeah. But all right, Marcus, let me get on out of here, man.
Yes, sir. You have a great night, boss.
You too,
Keep
brother.
it up, brother.
Thank you. All right, that was Marcus, man. He always bring that funk. So, y'all make sure, man, before y'all get on out of here, man, be polite and hit that like, subscribe. Also, put a comment. Like, I want to know what y'all think of Freestyle Mondays. I'm also open to feedback. So if y'all got anything that y'all think make the show better, I saw somebody say, hey, Marcus, can you sometimes you turn down your music? Yeah, I'm open to all of that stuff because this is not about my ego. This is about trying to have the best presentation that we can have to put ideas out there that'll help us win. And so I'm open to all kind of feedback. So anything that y'all think can make the show better, I'm open to that too. So also, I want to just tell everybody, man, we appreciate for everybody that continues to donate into the Cash App. Y'all been doing that. Keep doing that. And we go keep spreading this information, and we go keep pushing for ideas that bring us closer to 6. I haven't said it in a while, but I'm gonna say it again, because the mission of Boss Cowboy Sports is to be loyal, but never devoted. Because a loyal person is gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I think over time, for people that's been following us, know that they starting to know that we will stand alone when we know we did our homework. We will go against the entire crowd when we believe we telling you right. It's a whole lot of people that play to you, placate to your emotions. If they feel that you didn't like the draft, well, they not gonna like the draft. If they felt like you didn't like a particular player, then they go kind of sideways on the player. They don't stand flat-footed. That's not this channel. We're gonna stand flat-footed on the stuff that we believe in, what we research, because we really believe that's being loyal to bringing us closer to 6. So y'all stay up, man. It's Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. Peace.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.